Hello, my name is AIRE Unterkalmsteiner and I present my paper TT-RecS, the Taxonomic Trace Recommender System. The idea of TT-RecS is to enable early requirements traceability through knowledge organization structures. If you want to know more about this topic, make sure to attend my AIRE next presentation. Now I provide a quick introduction to TT-RecS and then start with a tool demonstration. We base the recommendation of trace links on the assumption that nouns are the most important information bearers. We use standard NLP techniques such as part-of-speech tagging and stemming to extract nouns from requirements and from the used taxonomy. We implemented different predictors to rank trace candidates. The simple noun predictor analyzes the exact matches and the commonality of terms throughout the corpus. The what-to-vec predictor looks in addition at similar nouns. Finally, a history predictor factors in previous decisions made by the engineer. The implementation uses the annotation framework Inception. We have evaluated the prototype in a pilot experiment with industry practitioners, which we present at the AIRE Next 2020. The experimental material is also available and is presented in the artifact track at AIRE 2020. I'm using this replication package for the tool demonstration, which follows next. Now, once you have downloaded the Zenodome replication package, you can unpack it and you will find the folder instrumentation. And in this folder, you have the source code of Inception and TT-RecS and two more folders. In Secos, you have the decompounder that we use, that you need to start separately, and you have the Inception folder. So let's go first to the Secos folder and start Secos. We're starting the run script. This is ready now. Then in another shell, we go to the Inception folder, and here you'll find the file that contains the password when you want to log into Inception. So look at it. So this is the username and password, and you run now Inception by again starting the run script. It will take about 1 minute, so I will speed up the video. Okay, now that Inception is running, you can go to a browser and point the browser to this URL here. And you log in with the previous shown password, admin and CCR 2020. And now you're basically greeted with the welcome screen in Inception, and you have two pre-configured projects already there, which we used in the experiment and which I will explain now. We first look at the project that doesn't use the TT-RecS recommender. Here you can go to the settings, and in the settings you can configure the users which are supposed to be annotating, for example, in the project. You can import documents, which I have already done here. Documents can be imported in different formats: plain text, PDF, HTML, and several other formats. In the layers pane, we have all the layers that are available. We have disabled every layer except an entity layer. Here we have configured a feature for co-class, the classification system we used, that we have imported previously as a knowledge base. Here in the knowledge base, we have co-class that we imported. Co-class was available to us in a spreadsheet, and then we have written a small script that converts the data in the spreadsheet into an RDF format. If you go back to the dashboard, we can look at the co-class knowledge base. Here we have the concepts in co-class. For example, here we have light sources, and it's electric light. Then you can see here the description of that object, of that concept, the name of the concept, and then later on below you can see also synonyms that have been identified for that object. Now if you go back to the dashboard, we can go into the annotation view and open one document, and we can annotate documents. So we can read first the requirement here and then see, okay, this noun here seems to be connected to pipes. Then we can select first this noun and then search here for pipes and add this or connect this noun here with this co-class object. Of course, this I can only do if I'm a domain expert and know that this term here is somehow related to the concept of pipes. Then next requirement here, we have here another noun. Read it first. We have another noun here which we want to annotate. this one here, and this is probably a noun that is related to high voltage. So we search here for high voltage, and yes, here I found it. And we now connect this term here with high voltage cable, because we see here these numbers and this looks like high voltage cables. So now this is how we annotate the requirements without recommender. Now I'll show you how it works with the recommender. Go back to the project sheet. We go now into the project with the TT-RecS. And in settings, we can look at the recommenders pane. Here we already have configured the co-class recommender. Here we have set the layer to the entity layer. The feature we have selected co-class, and as a tool we have selected a co-class recommender. Here in the confidence threshold we can set the confidence score under which no recommendations are shown. So if the score is higher than 0.05, recommendations are shown, otherwise they're not shown. Then here the maximum rejects, we can configure how many suggestions for one term we can reject, or we will reject until they're not shown anymore. So this is to prevent that rejected recommendations are shown continuously. Now if you go back to the dashboard and go to the annotation, we can again select a document, and what we see here now are the recommendations by the recommender. We're looking at, I'm going with the mouse over the suggested terms. You can see the name of the term or the label of the co-class object, and also the description, the confidence score, and by which recommender this confidence score was calculated. So these recommendations here are based on the Word-to-Vec predictor. All of them, yes. These are all also based on the Word-to-Vec predictor. You can see that this is also based on a simple noun predictor, and the confidence score is based on an average of these two predictors. Now, as a user, I can look at these recommendations or these suggestions and either accept or reject them. I accept them by simply clicking on them once. Now this term here is connected to the co-class object pipe. And I can reject them by simply double-clicking on them, as in this case. So in this case, maybe I want I don't want to accept anything. And here, for example, I want to accept this one, the first one. And as previously in the search, I simply can continue to the next requirement and continue my annotation. This one I will reject. This one also I want to reject. And let's say this one I want to accept. Reject, reject, and reject.